Hey there, business owner. Today's episode is a must listen if you've been feeling like it's way harder to get people in the doors and to sign up for your classes or your coaching. Let's be real. The buyer has changed. They're more hesitant, they're more distracted, and waiting until the very last minute to commit. Can anyone relate? And if we don't adapt, we're going to keep spinning our wheels. So today we're diving into real, practical strategies where you can speed up the buying process, create urgency without being pushy, and make your studio the easiest, obvious yes. Because every student counts, especially when we're heading into the lighter season. Plus, I got a free download for you. 40 plus places you can promote your business for free. Because sometimes it's not about working harder. It's about being seen by the right people at the right time. Ready to make it rain? Let's dive in. Welcome to Brick and Mortar Visibility, your go-to podcast for local business owners who want to stand out, scale up, and create the freedom they deserve. I'm Melissa Rose, a fellow business owner who knows firsthand that running a brick and mortar business isn't just about the sales. It's about building a legacy. Here, my guests and I are going to dive into real, unfiltered conversations about what it actually takes to run and grow a thriving business. From building and leading a powerhouse team to creating a turnkey operation, we're going to help you avoid that cash flow crunch and tap into next-level marketing strategies that bring the perfect clients in your doors. Ready to be the only option in town? Let's do this. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Brick and Mortar Visibility. So glad you are here. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, take time for yourself, for your business to level up so that you can be the only option in town. Before we dive into today's very current topic, I want to invite you to grab a Google Business Profile post so that you can update that. And if you don't know what I meant or what I just said, you need to grab my Google Business Profile Workshop. It's about 30 minutes long, and it teaches you how to optimize all the bells and whistles that we have available to us through Google. So I take you through this workshop, explain exactly what you need to do to optimize all the bells and whistles that we have available to us so more people find you and you are the only option in town in your industry. So click the link below, grab the workshop, and if you need a little bit of hand-holding in the process, I do offer a VIP day or a strategy call where we can talk through your Google Business Profile and or go on into any SEO questions that you may have regarding your blog or any other visibility questions. All right, everybody, here we go. We are going to dive into today's content. And the reason is because this is very, very pertinent. Every year, I kind of do a similar podcast because we're heading into the summer season. And for many studio owners, this is a slower time of year. It just is, and that's okay. We plan for it, and every year we get better at planning for it and marketing it in different ways, offering different things for people. But every year, it's a little different. And here's the deal. I just did a little walk away. I do these 1-minute walkaways every morning because I walk every morning or I teach yoga. It's not necessarily my client that's changed, but the way they buy that's changed. And are we adapting to that? So that's where this podcast has come from. And like I said, we are dealing with it in real time in our studios. So I want to share with you what we're doing as well as what we've learned over the few years that we've done this. We've been in business 16 years, so we have a little bit of history, right? I have often said, you are not competing with a studio down the street. You're competing with Amazon. What do I mean by that? How do you shop, everybody? Do you want to go and see an item and then click on it to buy it, only to be taken to another landing page where you have to then enter in credentials and then put in all the information, and then finally you can buy the product, and then, now we have to pay. And before we can pay, we have to be auto-enrolled into their system. And oh my God, you lost me 3 steps ago, right? And that's the way a lot of our softwares are for studios. And it's just cumbersome because guess what? I don't know about you, but when I'm buying something, I'm usually in the carpool line, right? Or I am in the grocery store line waiting if I even go to the grocery store, so we have to be really mindful of our demographic of who's buying. For me, I'm a dance studio. Over 3/4 of our students are 10 and under. So guess what? Those parents are crazy busy. They don't really even have time to do more than 2 buttons, right? Click, click, done. So we want to make sure that we are setting them up for success so that we are set up for success. What we specialize in our studio is the 6-week session. We started doing our 6-week session way sooner or way before other people did. And now it's kind of the norm in our industry. So that's fine, but how can we make it clear for our clients of what they're getting, of what that commitment is it the right choice? What reassurance can we give them? And with that builds trust. So if you say that you're fast and convenient, not even fast, if you are convenience, if you're selling convenience and your onboarding process is cumbersome or clunky, that goes against each other, right? So if your checkout process or communication isn't fast and frictionless, you are losing them. Okay, so I think I made my point, right? We need to make the process of onboarding easy. But let's back up a little bit more. We need to make sure that we're getting them, okay? So how can we make it easy for people to start that onboarding process? And hopefully it's a 2 to 3 click onboarding process, super simple. So let's talk about how they can buy. Number 1, early bird incentives. These are really great, but you have to be clear and you have to stick to it. And I have been guilty of nobody really takes advantage of the early bird incentives, so I bring it back later, and that doesn't work, okay? So we have to stick to the boundary of the time we set. But here's the deal. If your product is less than $100 to buy, let's say it's a 5-week session, 6-week session, whatever it is, use percentages. If you buy now, you save 25%. If it's over $100 or $200, then you can use dollars because that sounds bigger. So for example, if your product is $99 and you save 10%, that's only going to be like $9 savings, but 10% might sound better than $9. Okay, so play around with that, how that feels and sounds for you. Other things you can do for early bird incentives, you could give a free gift with purchase, whether it's merch, or you could give, what we have done is if they sign up early, they get a free 30-minute lesson, private lesson. And that's a huge value because our private lessons are more expensive. And that you might get just 3-4 more people there. And that one-on-one private lesson will then, after they experience that, they might want to do more of those and they'll see the value in those. All right. Number 2 is creating scarcity and urgency. If done right, this can be game changing. And this has always worked really well for us. So rather than saying sign up soon, everybody says that, right? We will go through our class list and where the students are needed. And I will say, I simply sometimes have to just say two spots left. And we will within 24 hours have that class full. But if let's say there's 5 spots left, I will email, and this works really well for email for us. You can text it too, but we'll email those parents of 5 to 7-year-olds and say, hey, there's only 5 spots left in this class. Hit reply if you want us to save your spot. And usually that has been very successful with us. So that the tactic there is the specific person and the specific demographic and giving them the time, the date, the commitment, what they get with it, and there's only 5 spots left. Do you want it? Just hit reply, and we'll take care of the rest. And that will take care of the rest is like, oh my gosh, thank you. I don't have to fill out a form. I don't have to do anything. You're going to just take care of it. Yep, so we fill out the form for them. We fill out all their information. Usually they're already on our list, so they have most of that done already. But then I send them the invoice, and I said, please, as soon as you pay in full, your spot is saved. And then if they don't, then they lost it. Did you know the work you do today will shape your business 60 to 90 days from now? That momentum doesn't stop there. It ripples right into your personal life. So let me ask you, based on what you're doing right now, where are you headed? Will it be the same old thing, different day? Or are you really ready to level up? If you're shouting level up, let's make sure it actually happens. Join me and a crew of powerhouse business owners in my mastermind called Level Up, Your Business, Your Life. This isn't just another meeting. It's your secret weapon to accountability, strategic thinking, and inspiration. We meet monthly to empower each other, take bold action, and crush the goals that really matter. Want to know more? Head to the link in my bio or visit msmelissarose.com/mastermind. It would be my absolute privilege to be part of your journey to the next level. Let's make it happen together. I hope I get to see you in our next cohort of Level Up Your Business, Your Life. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I have a free download for y'all, and it is over 40 places you can promote your business offers for free. Now, you may not use all 40. We don't even use all 40, but you might use 30. And are you using them consistently? Or are there ones that you need to use strategically? So think about where your people are. And I am just going to share a few that I have forgotten over the years and we've brought back, and it's like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe we forgot this. Number one, handing out paper flyers. Yes, this still works for our current people. Hand out flyers or a newsletter. What we have done is we've always done, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, we do a newsletter type blog every month. But now what we've done is taking the really important things on that blog and bringing it over to a handout. And that handout ideally is just a front sheet of paper. Sometimes it eases into the back, but it's one sheet. And it's just the very important things. And then we hand that out at the top of the month in our studio. But for those special events you have, a color, half sheet, whatever it is, to hand out to people. And then, of course, there's all these other places you can do it, both physically and digitally. That personal text message to our VIP list of people that buy all the things. Again, targeting the specific age, the specific demographic of person that's right for that. You can send emails that are very personal, and that's something I just want to take a little bit of time here to talk about. I have a brick and mortar, and then I have this podcast, this coaching aspect, and I do this really well with the coaching aspect. I try to come in every week and I share with you a little bit about what's going on in the world with my kids, with my family, and how that plays into business, because let's be real, we're not just our business. We're all of it, and it all feeds in together. But with my brick and mortar, I used to do that really well, right? But that's when I was doing all the things myself. And now as I've grown a team and added things and taken things off my plate, I've become more, I'm not going to say corporate, but more curated and more just about the business. And I am going to be intentional about bringing back a little bit more of that humanity, as if Melissa Rose was doing everything again. And even though I have a team doing some of this communication for me, I am coaching them to be a little bit more warm. Now, how does that relate? I'll give you an example. So every Tuesday, we do Tuesday Tips, TDH, okay? And the reason it just rolls off the tongue a little bit, right? So every Tuesday, to our current list of people, our current active members, we just, hey, this is what's going on, remember this, blah, blah, blah. And last week, the person that does this email, her name's Alyssa, she did a really nice job, because what we were doing was actually asking for sponsors for our recital. And she just did it really well. Like, as you know, here at the Dancing House, community is one of our core values. And she just went on a little bit more about it. And we would love to partner with you and blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, oh, yes, Alyssa, that's exactly it. That's exactly right. So then tomorrow's Tuesday, so I just voxered her and I just said, hey, lean into what you did last week, because we've gotten away from that. We've gotten away from the warmth, the fact that we're humans and we're parent to parent talking to each other, and our investment is our kiddos and doing what's really great for our kiddos and helping them succeed. So lean into that and bring that more. So you can say, as a busy parent or as a mama of littles, I get blah, 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 or I remember when my kids were young, blah, blah, blah. Bringing that in. And the person who does this at the top of my mind, I'm sure you all know her, is Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins is the queen of creating a story right before she launches into what she's selling, what she's talking about. And it could be something like, oh my gosh, this past weekend we were on a road trip, and my son, her son Oakley, right? And he was so hungry, and I happened to have these snack bars from blah, blah, blah. Have you had the snack bars? And then she would go into the advertising. So she always starts with a little story and then hooks us and then goes in. So I'm like, we need to do that in our marketing, in our email. And like I said, I do that more in my coaching because I'm a personal brand, and then my brick and mortar is a brick and mortar, so it should be more curated, right? And we've lost that warmth, so we're trying to bring it back. So just real time, what we are doing in our business right now, trying to bring back that warmth, because it is truly, people want the authentic. They want to know that they're part of this community, and keeping that alive in our communication, in all communication. And then the in-person conversations, whether you are waiting in the lobby with students, with clients, whether you're in the classroom, whether you see them out and about, like just the connection, even on socials, are you connecting with your people and you see something they do and you're commenting, you're not just liking or reacting to it. You're genuinely, like one of my clients' moms fell rollerblading this past week, and she just took a little video of herself going, okay, I'm not 23 anymore, blah, blah, blah. And she got these really speedy, fast rollerblades. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Becky. At least you can laugh about it now, but oh my gosh, that looks like it hurts. Genuine connections ripple through your business, okay? So it's not just always business. And sometimes I'm guilty of that, of just business. This is what we have. You can buy this, it's signed up here, and not just connecting. Some bonus things I want to just bring up. Make sure that you're adding some testimonies. For example, on that monthly handout, are you including a testimony on that page? I'm just realizing right now that's something we can add and we can be better, because this handing out every month it was new this year, but we are not adding a testimony. So let's put that in there. Are you maybe this is a tough season? Okay, people are talking about recession. People are a little bit nervous about spending money. Can you offer payment plans in an easy way? There are times when people need it and they just are too proud to ask. So is it something that maybe you can put, hey, if you need a payment plan, simply email and we'll take care of you. Oh my gosh, really? Thank you. And back to the Amazon model. They have a 2-click onboarding process, and then exactly when that package is coming. They send you messages. They tell you exactly where it is. They tell you where you can look and find it. So how can we apply that to our business? Reassurance messaging via text or emails, what to expect when you enroll. Hold your clients. I literally hold my clients' hands or walk them through. After their first lesson, when I'm meeting with them, I explain exactly how it goes on now and what they can expect, what they get with their enrollment. Yes, this was all emailed prior, but I also chat with them eye to eye next to each other so that they can feel that they are part of our community. All right, brick and mortar business owner, as we wrap up today's episode, are you understanding your buyer today? Do you really understand what they want? And are you making it easy for them to get what they want? Think about what you're doing and how you can improve. And you guys, it doesn't have to be everything all at once. These are all micro changes that we're doing every month, every week, every year. What micro change can we do? For us in our studio this week, we are just tweaking that Tuesday email and just being more intentional about creating the warmth. We're talking to one. We're not talking to many. We're talking to one. And we're relating to them as a mom, as a parent of kiddos who want to see everybody succeed. And are we meeting them where we're at? Are we showing information to them where they are at? And I know that can get overwhelming because people will still say, you're going to get that 1 or 2 people. I didn't see it. I didn't know about this. Yep. And that's okay. That's just part of the deal. That's part of being in business, right? So being where your clients are, pay attention to what works, document what works, so that a year from now, when you're marketing your summer again, you can say, okay, this worked really well, or this didn't. But doesn't mean you don't try it again. It means you just don't do it the same way again. And future-proof your marketing. How can we make it even better, make it easier, duplicate for next year? All right, everybody? I hope this was helpful. Please share it. You guys are my marketing budget. As we continue to grow brick and mortar visibility. I'm joking there, but you get it. Share this out to any brick and mortar business owner that you think would be this would be helpful for them. And if you'd be so kind, please leave an honest rating and review on Apple iTunes. I would love that, and I would love to shout you out here on the podcast. All right, everybody, we will see you here same time, same place next week. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace. Bye-bye. As I get older, I have learned that taking care of myself is non-negotiable. As life gets busier and energy more precious, I found something that's been an absolute game changer, especially in my energy and focus. Meet Make Wellness, the next level nutraceuticals that are revolutionizing how I care for my mind, body, and spirit. These clean, science-backed supplements are crafted to help you feel amazing from the inside out. With powerful bioactive ingredients and a no BS commitment to transparency, Make Wellness is here to fuel your focus, boost your energy, and keep you thriving every single day. Ready to feel unstoppable? Go to the link here in my bio or head to msmelissarose.com/tools to see this product and my other top products that I use every single day.